Oh, so you think I haven't struggled? Oh, so you think I haven't worked for what I got? Oh, so you think everything was just given to me on a silver platter? That is not that is not what having a privilege means. Hey everybody, Destin here. Welcome back to another episode of Disrespectfully the Gworlz. Y'all know we're about to get into it. Get your popcorn, get your wine, get your coffee, get your tea, get your water, get whatever you need to make it through this episode. We got another good one for you. Kick back, relax, and see what the girls have to say. And we are live. Hey, everybody, it's your two favorite punks and sissies on all of planet Earth. I promise y'all, nothing has changed. We still have absolutely no idea what the fuck we're doing over here on this podcast, but we are so glad and appreciative that you are here joining us today.
We
Now,
are.
I am your hostess with the mostest. My name is Destin. It is not Dustin. Stop calling me that. That is my twin brother. I've told y'all this. I'm going to keep telling you. Get with the program. My name is Destin. But I am here with the most beautiful co-host on all of planet Earth. With the dreamiest co-host on all of planet Earth. And, the bougiest on all of planet Earth. Co-host. Can you please introduce yourself for the people?
Period. It's your boy BB. And the BB do not stand for bargain Barbie. This costs full price, baby.
Okay, bargain Barbie girl. Bargain Barbie. He's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in
Nothing
plenty.
plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my
Girl.
hair.
What hair?
Undress me
Oh,
everywhere.
they can do that now,
Um,
huh?
Imagination. Life is a creation. Come
Look, I'm
on,
glad you.
BB. Let's go party.
Come on, baby. Let's go party.
uh, yeah.
I didn't know the rest of the song. You came in with the lyrics. I said, I'm glad you did, girl, because I do not know the lyrics like that. I was over here pretending. Oh my gosh.
Like I said,
Girl.
the closet was made of glass, girl.
Oh, it was definitely made of glass. It was definitely made of glass. Everybody, welcome to the first segment of the show. Now, we like to start off each and every single episode with positivity. Girl, life is kicking everybody's ass out there. It's kicking my ass. It's kicking BB ass. I'm not sure too many people I've talked to who they ass not getting kicked by a bitch called life. You know what? Matter of fact, life, whenever I find whoever the fuck that is, just know you will be dealt with.
Right.
Oh, you
Like
will be dealt with. I'm tired of
I,
it. But
I bet that whole bald head.
oh, gotta be.
I
Not
bet
even a
she
half
bald
inch of
head.
hair trying to put that shit in a ponytail acting like she not bald. Girl, just go ahead and cut it off. You
And I bet she got
bald.
about 2 teeth in her mouth.
Oh,
Gotta be.
trying to chew on a McDonald's hamburger like look, wait. But I can't even get it out.
I'm weak.
My stomach hurts already. We ain't even get the first segment, girl. And then they switch it up and they hit you with the sideways. They be like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no shit, no shade to those girlies. We're just stating facts, girl. No shade, no shade.
No tea, no shade.
Okay. But no, seriously, y'all. So we like to start every episode with positivity. Because not all, but most of the episodes that we do on this show are going to be covering somewhat heavy topics, things that can be hard to discuss. And so we just like to start with positivity so we can, start strong with some motivation, with our head in a good space, and realize that, with everything going on in the world, there is always something good going on. Now, the name of this segment, everybody, is called Hey Yo Miley, What's Good? And so, BB, I want you to go ahead and tell the people, since they have seen you, what has been good this week. And I guess I'll just go ahead and say, instead of Miley, I'll say, Hey Yo BB, what's good, girl?
Y'all know I just got back from punk time off.
Oh,
And when I tell you the punk time off was punk time offing, when I tell you we I went on a cruise, a carnival cruise with my mom. I love her. Shout out to mom. But it was, you already know that we love a carnival cruise. But when I tell you it was a fun time full of good vibes, the people on the ship had such positive good vibes. Everybody was having fun. Me and my mom had fun. Um a bitch needed punk time off because work was definitely working and it's still working. I'm ready to go back um on some more punk time off. But um definitely got a chance to, since I moved to Missouri, like definitely spending time with my mom, and it's a fun time each time. And also um with the punk time off, the men on the cruise was menning. When I tell you, every shade, every color, every size, long, short, tall, medium, they had it all. And guess
the men's was
what, girl?
meaning.
I was. It was. They were menning, and I was looking.
Look, look, I'll be right up. Well, I guess it's not the Lido deck. Whichever one's like 3 stories above, and they're all looking at the Lido deck. I'll be up there with my BB. You see that fine trade? 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
3 o'clock.
they definitely had a lot of trays on there. Like,
Ooh.
but one in particular, my eyes was on him every single, and it's like I saw him the most. And you know that fine motherfucker that you always seeing the most, it was him. And
I'm weak.
but yes, it was a very productive punk time off.
I heard a punk went to Mr. Sancho's.
A punk did go to Mr.
How was
Sancho's.
that?
It was fun. I brought my little speaker and we went to the swimmer bar. We found our little corner. And when I tell you we played R&B and Zydeco and blues music with our drinks flowing,
Mm-hmm.
they were flowing. They were flowing.
Flowing. Your mom was
Yes.
drunk, wasn't she?
She was drunker than me, and you know
And I know
as
you was
Mr.
drunk.
You
So
well,
that means she was really drunk.
so that mean that, but I survived Mr. Sancho's because it's Mr. Sancho's like 3 and BB like 1 at this point. But I survived because
Mr. Sancho's gonna win every time for me. Look, are y'all driving there yourself or no, girl? Give me the taxi.
taxi,
Give me the taxi, girl, because I don't know about that one.
the
I don't
taxi
know.
each time, and we're gonna cut up in the taxi every time.
On the way back, I know them the people who taxi you back to the ship. I know they hate it. They got to. Because we are insufferable, and I'm sorry. Now, we're not rude, we're not mean. We tip very well. You know, we're not rich, girls. We're not tipping $300, but we do tip, you know, and we don't tip like a minimum amount. We tip pretty well, and we're very nice. But on the way back and we're drunk, we will be singing Lizzo. That's what we did that one time.
Yes,
It's
in a
about damn
minute.
time. In a minute, all drunk. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to
man,
pop
pump
me.
me up.
And I know the driver was just sick of us,
Yes.
girl.
Like, can I get these punks out of here? Can I
No,
get
because
these
I know
sissies out of
he
my
was calling us a punk under his breath.
fucking sissies? Fucking sissies, get them
They
out of
had
this
to,
fucking
girl.
taxi
They
cab.
had to. But no, that's good. I'm glad you had punk time off, BB. I know it
Yes.
was needed. You got to get away. You got to reset. You got to recharge because my God, work be getting out the punks. Like we said in one of our TikTok clips, the punk shouldn't have to work. The
Not
punk
at
shouldn't
all.
have to work. Who filled the paperwork out wrong? Immediately
probably-
fired. Someone filled it out
Yes.
wrong.
I gotta read the new hire paperwork to make sure that I didn't read that I forgot to fine print or something, because there's no way. There's no
Right.
way.
None. I'm not dealing. I refuse to deal with it.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
I'm ready for
Girl.
more. But Ayo, Destin,
Oh,
what's good?
oh. Why you in my business? Baby, sometimes my business ain't your business.
Mm.
I don't know who said it, but it was a lady. Look, was it TikTok? I don't know, girl. It's an older clip now. In the age of the
How they,
internet, it's an old clip now.
how they
Baby,
be?
sometimes my business ain't your business.
How they be? Your business is my business.
Is because BB's business is my business, and my business is his business, girl. And if he don't want me in his business, you better cover it up good. Cause I'm a detective at this point. But no, let me tell you what's good with me. So you had your punk time off. The my what's good is related to your punk time off. Because you came down for your punk time off and had to go to New Orleans to get on that ship with your mom, I got to see BB. Now, if you follow us on TikTok, if you are one of our little stands on there, if you're one of the girlies, then you know that we did a vlog. So when BB came down, um we went to New Orleans and we picked up one of our girls, Duran. Shout out to Duran if you're listening, girl. We love you, we love you, we love you. So we went to New Orleans, we picked up Duran. We had a good time, girl. We got into some gardening activities. We went get some amazing food. What was the restaurant called? Not Nuo,
Neos.
Neos. I wanted to
Neos.
say
Oh
Nuos.
yes.
Neos. It was so good. I was low key mad when I took my last bite. Now I brought leftovers home, right? But when I ate the leftovers, I was like, damn, that shit really gone now. Cause it was good. The
It
cornbread
was.
dressing, well, you know I'm a cornbread dressing bitch. The cornbread dressing was
My
bussing.
God. And that was my first time having the cornbread dressing from over there. But when I tell you, my God, my God, my
It
God,
was
my
good.
Shayla. Ooh.
Now, what's that Mr. Chime Time? He ate them up on TikTok. He was like, this shit is trash. Listen, I don't know what kind of food he had, okay, girl? And I'm sorry, but baby, I feel like we know what good food tastes like.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he had a good experience. I'm not saying he lying, girl. His experience is his experience. But I'm saying when we went, we had a wonderful experience. They
Did.
were packed. We were seated quickly. The food came out quickly. They have music playing. It was a good time. And then we went back, did some more gardening activities, girl, because you know we just had to. And then, girl, we were singing our hearts out and just hanging out and talking. We had not all three been together in I don't know how long. So
It
it
was
was
before
time,
I
girl. We
left.
was catching up. And you know what? My little heart was happy. And
Yes.
then to make it
Mine.
even better, we came back that night and then had brunch the next day. Like, you know I love a good brunch, girl. Don't
Yes.
fuck with BRQ. That's my girl.
And BRQ is gonna hit every time.
Yes,
The
if y'all are in
mimosas.
Baton Rouge, yes, the mimosas are slapping. If y'all are ever in Baton Rouge, go to
And I was
BRQ for
with
brunch, girl.
and I was with my people. Like
Was
what? And I was
what's
with
the
my
song? I
people.
got my people with me. Hey, I got my people with me. No, literally, that was the best part though. My little heart was just so happy. I mean,
Yes.
so happy. Well, BB, the people know what's good with us since they saw us last. Now,
Yes.
as y'all know, listen, if y'all watch the show, if you listen in, if you watch the TikToks, if you come in the lives, especially in the lives, right? Girl, that's not edited down, that's not filtered, that's just a live, real time action. They would know that a bitch got ADHD, Brad. Let me rephrase that. They
Who
would
the hell
know
is
that a
Brett?
bitch, that's why I'm rephrasing it so I can edit it out. They would know that a bitch got ADHD, BB, and got it bad. So, something that happens with ADHD people is we get obsessed with things, hyperfixations, like to the max. And so, y'all, we think this is a cute little segment just so that you can get insights into what do we like, what are we into, what are we doing outside of the show, and things like that. And so, BB, I want to know, what is your weekly obsession since the people last saw us?
Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily say weekly obsession. I would say like a year round 365-day um all my life
Oh,
obsession.
oh, it's a
Y'all
lifetime
know,
obsession.
y'all know I am obsessed with Dayline Burnside.
Oh God.
Dayline Burnside.
Look, I'm a mute myself before I cut it. I'm gonna mute myself and let you go off, girl, about your love for this man.
When I tell you, y'all, my love for this man burns so deeply. Ever since I saw him on the hit show, Emmy Award-winning show, Pose, I fell in love. It was love at first sight. He's my husband in my mind. He is my baby daddy, my boyfriend, my everything. But not only is this man fine, this man is a huge advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. And this week kind of highlighted him being an advocate. So he took to social media and basically asked people to fill out a survey asking for a LGBTQ safe place center in Atlanta. And you know, Atlanta has a huge LGBTQ population, but they don't have a center for those people to go. So he took to social media, and you guys may be thinking, oh, so what? But he didn't stop there. He has been an advocate for the LGBTQ plus community since I knew this man, and I know him.
Look, in your mind, you know him, huh?
Yes, and he also like creates a safe space for queer people. He has his Burnside retreat on his property every so often, where artists and different people in the queer community can come and have a safe place and have a good time. So not only is this man fine, this man is an advocate for the community, and we love that for him. And I love that for him. I love that for us. Period.
I love the way you said that. We love that for him, and we love that for us. We do. Shout out to Dayline Burnside.
Shout out to Dayline Burnside. Like,
not only is he a singer, not only is he an actor, not only is he a philanthropist.
Yes, he's an advocate.
But what? Say it with me. He's fine as hell.
He's fine.
Fine as hell.
Fine.
And his
so
energy,
his energy,
everything.
His energy, his presence in my life.
His presence is the present.
Yeah. So shout out to Dayline. We appreciate you and we see you, and keep doing you, keep being you. Because that's your superpower. If you know, you know.
I was about to say, BB, what's your favorite song by Dayline?
It's
Well, you need to put the people on game. Superpower. I feel like I got superpowers. Yes.
Had a couple secrets.
Yes. What he have a song? Is it called? I'm gonna sound like a fake fan, and I'm
Heaven.
sorry, but Heaven. Okay, that's it. I like Heaven as well. I really do. Heaven and Superpower are like my two songs by him for real. Yes, Dayline.
Yes.
Even just the way his name is spelled, I'm like, ooh.
Yes.
That's I like.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a puppy and name him Dayline.
I'm weak. Just make sure y'all don't get married, because if you do, then you'll have a husband and a puppy named the same name.
Dayline Jr. and Dayline.
At that point, his name will just have to be D.
There's too many D's, though.
Look, come here, Lon. Come here, Line. Look, girl, you thought I said your name was Dayline, stupid puppy. I said A-Line. I don't know where you got Dayline from. That's what I would say.
You can't share a name with my man.
I would just start gaslighting the puppy. See, this is why you can't hear, girl. This is why we got to get your ears checked. This why I can't believe nothing you say and do, because you don't ever listen. I would just start gaslighting.
I'm not gonna do my baby dad.
I will.
And you better not do my niece dad.
Never. Kayla don't deserve that. She deserves she's the goodest of. Not only is my baby Kayla a good girl, she is the goodest of the good girls.
Yeah, my niece.
And even when she's not, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna pop her? Who gonna try her? Nobody. Nobody, as my boy Keith Sweat said.
Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you about my weekly obsession. So, whenever you came back, okay, so you came down to go to New Orleans with your mama for the cruise to get on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went on the cruise. You came back. Then you came to my house after you came back for that night. Excuse me, for that night, and then you left the next day. And we watched a movie called K-pop Demon Hunters.
I remember that.
I can't even speak right now. I'm so overwhelmed.
It was
with
good.
emotion.
It was good.
It was so good. So y'all, if I don't, obviously I'm not gonna sit here and spoil the movie. But I had a friend. I have my friend. Well, not had a friend. Shit, that sounds rude. I have a friend. Her name is Sheila. My little bestie Westie. And Sheila called me or texted me rather, maybe like a week before then, and was like, "If you have not seen this movie, stop everything you're doing, go on Netflix and watch it." And I was like, "Okay," but then I just got busy and I didn't. So then we were gonna go, and apparently they had a movie theater release of the movie for one weekend only. But they were all sing-alongs, and I just told her, like, I just don't think I want to go to a sing-along because I've never seen the movie. If it wasn't the first time seeing it, I would have definitely went, right? Because you know me, if it's one thing I'm gonna do, is gonna sing a song when I
Sing
think about it,
along.
hear it,
Yeah.
anything like that, girl. I love it. Okay. So we decided, well, let's just go home and watch it because it is on Netflix. If you're looking for it, it's on Netflix. Bruh, that movie was so good. So it's about a K-pop girl. It's gonna sound like I'm just stating the title, but it's about a K-pop girl group. Like they're a pop group, right? And by day they're the pop group, K-pop group to be specific. And then when they're off stage, they are fighting demons. And what you learn is, and this is no secret, right? It's the premise of the movie. It's set up. Their music has power, and their music fuels and strengthens what's called the Han Moon, and the Han Moon protects the land from the demons. So as they go out and have great performances and release great music, the music strengthens the Han Moon and protects the land from the demons. But if there are little holes, if demons get through, they have to go and fight them bitches. That's just what it is, girl. Do we condone violence? Hell yeah, if it's got to fight a demon. If we fight a demon, it's gonna have to be a little violent, okay? Okay.
A little violent.
It's gonna have to be a little violent. But the overall, there are so many things in this movie that are so beneficial, not only for kids, because it is animated, by the way, not only for kids, but my God, for everyone. Overall messages of inclusion and diversity and acceptance and not believing the hype, right? Not falling into stereotype. Oh my gosh. The music is phenomenal. Mind you, it's a fake K-pop group. Bitch, I'm listening to it every day. They have, in fact, let me go ahead and open it while we have so I can just get a count. This is just going to be on Spotify, people. K-pop Demon Hunters, and it's not, I mean, it's a pretty new movie. It is a fake, keep in mind, a fake girl group, fake K-pop girl group for the movie, just on Spotify. 53 million monthly listeners. Excuse me?
What?
Excuse
53
me.
million.
Correct. Now the voices of all the singers and stuff are like apparently really famous K-pop artists that they used. And so I think that's really dope. But it is, I mean, they're not a real group, it's a fake group. The music was made just for the movie. Girl, I'm listening to it every day.
No, the music is good.
Fucking phenomenal. So I say all that to say, if I don't stop myself, I'll just make this a K-pop Demon Hunter episode. So I say hold it. I say because I'll look up and be like, oh shit, we're at 2 hours. So I say all that to say, after I would say stop what you're doing, but don't finish this episode. And then
Right.
like, comment, share, follow, subscribe, give a 5-star rating, tell your mama, daddy, cow, aunts, uncles, dogs, pigs, and chickens about Disrespectfully the Girls, and then stop after that
Right.
before you do anything else. And go on Netflix and watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I promise, you will not regret that.
It's a really good movie.
No, literally. BB, why don't you go ahead and tell the people before we get into the main segment of the show? Why don't you just go ahead and tell them where they can find our episodes, where they can find us on other places that is not episodes, and if they want to be a guest on the, just give the people all the information they need to know.
So you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And then if you want to be a guest or have any questions that you want to submit in, please send an email over to disrespectfullythegirls@gmail.com. That's disrespectfullythegirls@gmail.com. Girls is spelled GWORLZ.
Yes, girls is spelled GWORLZ. Don't believe the hype. We're not calling you girls. We're not calling each other a girl. We're saying Gworlz. Okay, very different. If you don't know, well, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. The fact that they used that in Hamilton during the rap battle. And if you don't know, now you know, Mr. President. I said, I am fucking weak, bitch. Y'all, we love Hamilton.
Yes,
Where's
they
he
were
at?
talking about
Where's
Hamilton
he
at
at,
work.
girl? Where's
Oh
my
my
little?
God.
It's I think
King
it's behind the
George.
laptop. I can't see it, girl. You know what? It's for the best that I can't get him right now. The
King
people ain't
George.
ready for it. Oh, sorry, y'all. It's too late. We love Hamilton, y'all. Look at my little King George. Hello, governor. I'm going to raise all your taxes. I'm going to kill all your people. I'm going to come through and cause genocide on every land we touch. I'm going to steal your land. I'm going to rape your women. I'm going to kill all your family, steal your cows and your pigs, so you'll have nothing left. And then you'll be my subjects. And then I'll raise the taxes. And then I'll go and colonize every other place that we subdue in the world as such. Oh, you don't like it? Fight me. Because I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. People, if you're not looking at the screen, you're not going to really know what's going on right now. So look at the screen, see what that was. And guess what? It didn't even happen anyway. So we're moving on now. I don't even know. BB, do you know what just happened?
No.
I don't. I kind of blacked out for a second. No face, no case. I blacked out for a second. I gotta stop. I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop smoking. I gotta stop. It's the ganja's getting to me, girl.
It's
I
giving,
just blacked out. I don't normally black out. I don't know what happened just now. I'm sorry. Please don't put this on the internet.
It's giving Mr. Leahy.
Oh, not Mr. Leahy, girl. He used to come down them steps stumbling. No, he wasn't stumbling. He was falling. He was propelled forward down the steps. Yes. There was no falling. He was propelled forward down the steps. Everyone, we have come. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and stop. If you have not already done so, please, whatever platform you're listening on, whatever platform, stop, pause the video, give the video a like, please. Go comment down below and tell us what your favorite part of the week has been since you've seen us last. We want to know what your weekly obsessions are. Stop the video, like it, give a comment, and please, if you have not, follow, subscribe, give a 5-star rating. Hit, if you're on YouTube, hit the little notification, the little bell notification, so that you get notified when these new episodes pop up, girl. You don't want to forget. Is it every Friday? It is every Friday, but we know you're gonna forget. Okay, hit the notification bell. Very fast, right, girl. I'd be like, damn, didn't episode 4 just come out? Now, boom, we here at episode 5. Mm-hmm. So, boom, TikTok, girl, boom. It is nuts. So please give us a follow. Now, if you are listening on YouTube and you say, well, I already followed you on YouTube, Go to TikTok, follow us there. Go to Facebook. Y'all, we want to do some things with Facebook, and there are limitations. We have to have at least 100 followers on Facebook to do certain things. Please, we need your help. We have hundreds of followers on TikTok. If all of you made your way to Facebook and just gave us a like, follow the page, we'd be Gucci. But no, seriously, those are free ways, free for the free 99. Free ways that you can help out these two punks and sissies not only live out their dreams, but get their message out to the world. Because, I say live out our dream. That wasn't our dream when we started this, but I'm really enjoying this, VB. I have really come to enjoy this, getting to know our audience and just getting a message out there and seeing that people want to hear what we have to say. My God, it's very motivating. So, everyone, we have come to the main segment of the show. And that segment is called what, BB? Tell the people.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk
about it. Let's talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So, y'all, this segment is the main segment of the show. So, whatever the main topic is, whatever we're going to be discussing, baby, we're getting into the thick of it, okay? We're not holding back. We're not being cute. We're not dressing it. It's raw. It's real. We like things raw and real, don't we? It's raw. It's real. And guess what? We're coming in hot and heavy. Now, today, this is an uncomfortable topic for a lot of people. Specifically, a lot of my people. And by that, I mean the white folk. So we're going to be talking about privilege today. Whoa. Don't go anywhere. Okay? Please don't go anywhere. Stay. I want you to hear us out. I'm laughing because I'm looking at Vivi. Please stay. Hear us out. We are not here to attack you. That's in the last segment called Disrespectfully Bitch. Okay? That's not this segment. So you're safe for now. We're not here to attack you. We are here to take things that are hard to discuss and take things that are hard to make people understand. And we're here to take things that need to be talked about and do the talking. Okay? This is uncomfortable. Okay? It's uncomfortable for everyone. And believe it or not, it's uncomfortable for Black people too, because it affects them. Okay? Now, we're not just talking about white privilege. We're going to go into some different things here. Me personally, I'm probably going to be more heavily into the white privilege, and that's because, well, you'll see, we'll get into that. But I need you to realize, please, if you're listening to this and you immediately tensed up, you immediately wanted to leave, just stick with us. If you disagree with us, that's okay, depending on why. But go in the comments, tell us why you disagree. Send us an email, tell us why you disagree. If we say something that steps on your toes and you feel we need to be challenged, let us know. We're not too good. We believe in healthy growth and learning and educating and hearing people's experiences. So just hear us out. Okay. So I think I want to start with a quote that I saw, and I liked it. And people, when I say privilege, unless I'm specifically saying white privilege, I'm just speaking about privileges in general. And we'll get more detailed later. You may be like, what do you mean? We'll get into it later, but I just wanted to kind of set that groundwork from the beginning. Now, you may be wondering, what even is privilege? Okay. It's just what it sounds like. Privilege means you have the privilege of something, right? We use it all the time, right? When people say, well, getting your driver's license is a privilege. You hear them tell kids that a lot, right? Having your cell phone is a privilege. Like, we use that word a lot. So for a word we use a lot, it's kind of strange to me that people tense up so much. And so there was a quote that I saw earlier that I really like and I want to share with y'all. And it says, acknowledging privilege is not admitting guilt. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Acknowledging privilege is not admitting guilt, it's taking responsibility. Now, that may sound very familiar to a TikTok clip that we have from last episode where and mind you, girl, when we filmed that, we didn't know we were going to be saying this quote. But in that episode, there's a clip of us on TikTok saying, just because it isn't your fault doesn't mean it's not your responsibility. Okay. Acknowledging privilege is not admitting guilt. It is taking responsibility. Now, BB, before we get too into it, what do you think about privileges? What experiences have you had surrounding privilege or the lack thereof? What privileges do you have? Because there are some that, everyone has some form of privileges, right? Because there are multiple kinds, and we'll get into that. But I just want to hear, like, what is your experience and what are your thoughts just on the overall topic before we get too far in?
Yeah, so overall, on privilege, I feel that taking responsibility is definitely an important step of if you know that you have a privilege, and everyone has a privilege whether they acknowledge it or not. But definitely acknowledging it and taking full responsibility, like you mentioned, is the key to just navigating through and not feeling guilty about it, or feeling or making people feel a type of way about it. Um Personally, I feel that, like, I didn't grow up in like the richest household, but also like not the poorest household. So like I feel that I have somewhat of a privilege of, like, kind of being in the middle ground, and also like with education and whatever, education wise, and um like social economical, because I know people, there's always people that have it worse, but I feel like I was kind of in the middle of court. And then also like having that educational privilege as well, like having a college degree, um is definitely a privilege that I acknowledge.
Of course. It's like when so many people, when you say the word privilege, they immediately translate that into, oh, so you think I haven't struggled? Oh, so you think I haven't worked for what I got? Oh, so you think everything was just given to me on a silver platter? That is not that is not what having a privilege means. And I'll say this before I kind of start getting into the types. I think the more I think about it, when we talk about privileges, it's not so much about what you did or what you had to do. It's more about what you didn't have to do. And we'll get into that in a second. It'll make more sense, I promise. It's not so much about what you did. Well, I worked hard. We acknowledge that you worked hard. But there are some things that you didn't have to do because you had those privileges. Okay? There are some things that when you go through life, you don't have to experience certain things because of the privileges we have. I want to give and I'm glad you gave the examples you gave, because when especially in today's society with the racial divide, with politics going haywire, as soon as you say the word privilege, people think white privilege. Now, don't get me wrong, white privilege is very real, and I don't care who you are. If you are white, you have white privilege. We'll defend that in a minute. We'll get into it. Okay, but this is not a pick and choose thing. I'm a punk, I'm a sissy. I have a lot of oppression that I do face with that. But I also benefit from white privilege. Again, not admitting guilt for anything. We're taking responsibility. So I think one of my biggest arguments about this topic, B, is that it seems that people can acknowledge privilege in almost every other aspect of life. right? Oh, we live in the greatest country on earth. You should be lucky. You need to realize how lucky you are to live in the grand old US of A. Oh, so are you saying that's a privilege? You live here and you have all these rights and freedoms. Oh, are you saying that's a privilege? That you are benefiting from that privilege that other people don't have. So you have let's say maybe nationality privilege, right? You're making the claim on your own that we should be so glad that means that people who don't live here don't have that privilege. Now, they think we're the only free country in the world. I don't know why people think that. That's not what I'm saying, people. Trust. What I'm saying is if you're telling me that means you already acknowledge there are privileges wrapped up into living here as opposed to living in other areas of the world. That's a privilege. How many times have you sat at the table and heard you need to eat your food because there are kids starving in other places in the world? There are kids, so you hear that a lot, right? Or I did anyway growing up. There are kids starving all over the world. You need to eat your food. We have food security privilege. Now, not everyone here has that, but I'm saying if you live in a household and you're not questioning day in and day out where your next meal is going to come from, you have food security privilege. So hopefully this is starting to make sense to you. It's not about what you did. I have food security privilege does not mean that I just got food handed to me for free on a silver platter every day of my life. That's not what it means. I still have to work hard. I still have to work and get the food that I have. But because of whatever it may be, because of the job I have, because of the house I live in, it's not expensive, because of who my family is and the wealth whatever that means, it doesn't matter. All I know is I don't have to worry about where my meal is going to come from the next day. I have food security privilege. It's not my fault that I have that privilege. There's no admission of guilt. Oh my God, I'm a bad no one's saying you're bad because you have the privilege. Okay? No one is saying you're bad because you have the privilege. But what we're not going to do, what is not okay is acting like we don't have it. What's not okay is pretending like, other people are not facing the things that they're facing. That's not okay. Let's just get into a couple more examples. If you are a straight person, you have straight privilege. And an example of straight privilege would be when you go out in public and you want to hold your partner's hand. Oh, they don't like that. I just called them partners. They probably, oh, did he just call us partners? I did. When you go out in public and you hold your partner's hand or you kiss them, whatever, 9 times out of 10, there's no fear associated with that. You feel the freedom that you can just go out and do such things with your partner without any repercussions from anyone who sees it happening. As for me, I'm scared. As for me, and I'm not saying scared like, oh my God, I'm so scared. But like, as for me, I worry about those things. Oh my God, kiss you in public. First of all, I'm not a PDA bitch, but that's beside the point. Yeah. If I were to go out and kiss my boyfriend in public or hold his hand, I would, whether I'm confident about it, whether I'm going around having a good time, regardless, in the back of my mind, I'm like, God, hopefully no one sees this. Hopefully no one goes crazy and whatever. It is a privilege. Again, how do I say it's a privilege that you don't have to worry about that, right?
Yep. And and the fact that more than likely you won't hear like whispers in the back of your mind or like people kikiing and haha.
Correct. No one pointing, no one laughing. Oh, look, that'll lead me to another one. Attractive privilege. If you're one of the Gworlz, and by Gworlz, you can be a boy or a girl. I'm not saying girl. Remember, we just talked about that. But if you're an attractive girl, you can walk out get a little cute outfit, and you just know any room you walk into, people are going to be like, oh, she's so cute, oh, she's so pretty. When someone who doesn't fit the traditional standard of beauty walks into that same room, people look, people snicker, they say, why is she wearing that? It could be the same exact outfit. What makes her think she can wear that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a privilege to be quote unquote traditionally beautiful. That's a privilege. Education, you hit on it. We have the privilege of having, if not everyone here, I'm not saying it's because we're in America, but I'm saying, you know, there are people who go out and get educated. It is a privilege. Not everyone can do that. You know, something that's even interesting for me is like cultural privilege. If you can go out in public or go to a job interview or anything, especially something important like a job interview, and you can have your natural hair the way it just naturally is with no problem, that's a privilege. Everyone can't do that. Everyone cannot do that. And I need y'all to hear me out. Everyone cannot do that. Something so simple. Name privilege. If you put in a job application, because they don't know who you are, they just see the name on there, and your name is a name that is stereotypically not white, you might not get a call back just because of that. That is a privilege. Or when someone hears your name and it doesn't fit whatever standard they want in the area, and they're like, oh, your name's so difficult. Your name's so y'all could say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but you can't say my name properly. And they'll say, why do you have that name? Well, can I just call you this? Your name's just hard to pronounce. Figure it out. Practice. Practice makes perfect, bitch. Practice. It's not that difficult. You know what I'm saying? There are privileges in almost every aspect of life, people. And I promise you, if anything, if nothing else, I know that anyone here who's listening who thinks we're crazy has at least acknowledged when we were talking about the privilege of food security, the privilege of living in a country with freedoms, as you all love to say so fucking much, even though it seems like they're being taken away by Mr. Cheeto himself every day. And so please keep in mind as we go through this, okay, this is not, oh, we're attacking white people. No, we're not attacking any specific person. We're talking about what is privilege. Okay. What is privilege? And if you have that privilege, what now? What now? So BB, what would you say to someone who we're sitting down, we're going through this, and they're like, damn, you know what? He's naming this shit off. And to be honest with you, he's right. I do got these privileges. What now? Why do we care? All the things.
Acknowledge them first off. Acknowledge them. You agree that you have some type of privilege, like we mentioned. So acknowledge them. And also, there is a way that you go about doing things when you have a certain privilege. You don't go around boasting like you're the best. You don't go. So being humble, having some kind of humility with that, definitely goes a long way. Because to be honest with you, it's just gonna make you look like an ass, to be honest. And guess what? It's not gonna get you no further in life. It's gonna get you talked about, especially with the girls, because there's no way.
Oh, especially with the girls. You will be talked about. You will be blocked immediately.
Come for us if you want.
You know, I like that you said that. First step is acknowledgement, people. You have to look. First step is acknowledgement. And I know you're thinking, well, that's one of the hardest parts I'm having is I don't think this privilege is real, especially white privilege. Because how is my life harder? You think I haven't struggled? You think I haven't worked? You think just because I'm white, everything was given to me? No. No, we never said that. Let's get into the white privilege since I just brought this up. So, just how we talked about all these other privileges, you have food security privilege because you don't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from. You have wealth privileges because you don't have to worry about, can I pay my, I'm not saying you're rich, but you don't have to worry about, can I pay my bills? Can I put a roof over my children's head? All these things. You have straight privilege because you don't have to worry about, is anyone looking whenever I'm out in public with my partner, before you hold their hand, before you kiss them, before you hug them and show any sort of affection. And baby, you have white privilege because your life is not made more difficult due to the color of your skin. Okay? And you may be thinking, my life is not any easier. First of all, that's not the phrase I said. Your life is not made more difficult simply due to the color of your skin. When you're stopped by the police, 9 times out of 10, as a white person, you're not in fear for your life. I guarantee you, when most black people get pulled over by the police, let me rephrase that. The black people that I have met, that I have heard their experiences, that I have heard their stories, that I have talked to them, immediate fear. And not I'm scared to go to jail and get a ticket. Baby, it's a fear of death, potentially. Okay? Or, hey, when I walk in a grocery store, I'm talking about me because I have white privilege too. When I walk in a store, I don't have to worry about a security guard following me around just because I'm black or just because I'm, non-white, following me around just thinking I'm stealing, because apparently all black people steal. Did you know that? Y'all, I you know what I'm saying? It's like and some of you may be thinking, well, this still doesn't make sense. Well, I need you to open your eyes, okay? Because when all these people are telling you, hey, this is happening to me, you need to listen, okay? Because how on earth can we fight a system that you refuse to even acknowledge or see exists? If you have all these people over here saying, hello, woo, woohoo, flashing arrows, this is happening to me. It is your responsibility to believe them because it's happening. It's their experience. Again, you cannot deny someone else's experiences. It's their experiences. It's what they're dealing with. And the fact that you think it's not happening just proves the point of the privilege in the first place to me, because you're like, oh, there's no way, right? Surely there's no way that, like, when you get pulled over, you're just in fear for your life just because a cop pulled you. You're proving the point because you realize how ridiculous it is to have to fear in that situation. You realize, oh, sure, no, they're not following you around in the store just because you're black. They are. I've seen it with my own eye. They are. You're acknowledging how ridiculous that sounds, right? Hello, that's what we're getting at. It's ridiculous. And so first step is acknowledging. Now, again, we are not saying privilege is bad. BB, can you help that you were born in a country that has privileges politically with like freedoms and things like that? No. BB, can you help that you were born in an area that every day you have access to clean water? No. BB, can you help that when you were born with you were born an able-bodied person, as in there's nothing wrong with when you go down a sidewalk, when you walk into a business, when you're going somewhere, you're not worrying, is the sidewalk built properly for my wheelchair? Is the sidewalk, can I get into this building? Is the bathroom going to have enough space? Do you have to worry about those things?
No.
Is it your fault that you don't have to worry about those things?
No.
Oh.
I worry about my ass a little bit though, but that it might be too big for the sidewalk.
making my ass swing
And
around this
it might
look.
be, because it's too big, but like the sun. But other than that, no, I
I'm
can't help
weak
it.
as hell. No, guys, so we're not saying having the privilege is a bad thing. It's not your fault. If you have that privilege, you were born into having that privilege. Okay?
And I just want to speak on that for a
Go
second.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just like firsthand experience, because like when I was living in Louisiana, I was working for a company, and um the team was mainly predominantly black. I would say we had a mix. But then when I moved here, it was completely opposite. Like literally the only person of color that works for this organization here. And the difference was like night and day. And I had to sit back and like just ponder on that. Just like how they interacted with each other versus how they interacted with me, and how they're ignoring the fact that I'm treated differently than everyone else. And to be honest, it really made me feel some type of way because of the simple fact that I can't help like my skin color, and y'all interact with each other, and like y'all have this white privilege, and they're not acknowledging it. And it's like it just it made me realize like how powerful that privilege was for them when I moved here. Because I went from not having to deal with that to having to deal with that. And it's kind of like definitely negatively affected like the workplace for sure, because most of them like don't acknowledge that they have white privilege, and they don't know how it feels to be a black person in this country, black person in this organization. And their fears, like you mentioned, they think it's dumb, or they're not acknowledging it. I wouldn't put words in their mouth saying that they think it's dumb, but they're ignorant to the fact of most things that's happening toward like the black community. And that's another like that's another like eye-opening experience. Like if it's real, definitely real. And like when I moved here, I definitely see it. I definitely see it in full effect. And it negatively affects like definitely society as a whole as well. Um with different type of privileges, but especially the white privilege.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a real life experience that you're currently feeling every day when you go to work. This is not made up. And the thing is, you can tell, you can feel it. And it's like it's frustrating for me because oftentimes it's like everyone but the one who needs to realize it realizes it. Like we all like, and by we, let me not say we. So for example, when it comes to white privilege, why are white people the only ones who don't know they have white privilege? You know what I'm saying? Like it, and to them they think it's like this made up fairy tale concept. And
But
I think go ahead.
question. Maybe people are out there. I'm playing a little devil's advocate a little bit.
Let's do it. I love
Um
devil's advocate.
so what if the people out there is like, well, what about, do you think that there is like black privilege?
What do you think?
Or no. And like if you guys noticed, my shirt says black excellence. It doesn't say black privilege. So the shirt, it definitely has a meaning. So black excellence, just acknowledging the underdogs. And not only like not only like black underdogs, but any like minority group, um, whether it be the LGBTQ community, whether it be the black community, the Latino community, the Chinese community, the Asian community, the whatever community, anyone that's out there
Girl,
that's
non-white.
not, yeah, and
Any if
it,
you, as long as you're not white, girl.
yeah, European,
I'm weak. Well, that's white
and
girl.
yeah, exactly, non-European.
Non-European girl. I'm
Yeah,
weak.
and I feel like it doesn't exist. I feel like predominantly you hear about like white privilege more than anything.
Yeah, but like
Um,
you said I like the black excellence, and the reason for that though is like black people have to work so hard just to get the same recognition, or let's be real, they have to work
yeah,
so hard just to get a fraction of the recognition or a
yeah,
fraction of the appreciation that white people get
yeah,
for doing the same exact thing.
for sure. And
even
then
right
that's another.
now even right now, someone listening to this episode is going to see me, a white man, saying it and go, hell yeah. But if you were saying it or someone else who was non-white saying it, they might be like, that don't make no sense. That's correct. Like, it is so deeply
Yeah, and
embedded.
then that's a good point that you brought up about like working harder. And it's like it's not that we like expect sympathy or empathy from people.
Hmm.
It's just a fact. It's simple fact. And that's another firsthand experience with this job, getting into this position where it is definitely the only person of color in a leadership role. Definitely,
And shout out to you. Shout out to BB, only person of color in a leadership role there.
yeah. And guess what? This black excellence, queer man got our organization to bonus for the first time in
Did,
years.
did.
Um, our retention is up in years. Um, our morale is up in years, and definitely gaining trust, and still fighting to gain trust of my subordinates is definitely hard. Being a person of
Yeah.
color as well, and it's real. It's real. So I just want to just acknowledge, just want people to acknowledge. Acknowledgement is the first step,
Of
and
course.
it's great to have like someone like you that is not a person of color but acknowledges that we go through what we have to go through, and I appreciate that. And
Hmm.
that's, yeah, and it's hard to find people like that, so we appreciate you
Hmm.
speaking for the community.
Hmm.
We
Now,
appreciate you for being an ally
hmm
in that regard.
and no disrespect, you'll just never hear me say you're welcome for that. Here's what I'll start saying moving forward. I just thought about this while you were speaking it. I'll say, I accept your thank you and I accept your appreciation. I don't like
Yeah,
saying you're welcome because I feel like I don't deserve praise for that because
yeah,
it
yeah,
shouldn't even be
yeah,
happening to
yeah,
begin with.
because yeah,
But I will say I accept your thank you and I accept your appreciation
yeah.
because
I knew that because we had talked about that before, about like
yes,
about
yeah, I'm
it
not
shouldn't
telling you not to
happen.
say thank you. If you want to, then that's up to you. But I'm just saying,
Thank you,
like,
thank you, thank you.
oh my God. Look what they did on the
No,
TikTok trend. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
It's about
yeah,
when bro paid for your food. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. I said, girl, the girls are getting a little crazy out here. These little straight boys bouncing up and down on the dick on TikTok. Girl, what the hell? What the
Exactly.
hell?
What's going on behind the cameras?
What is really going on?
How, honestly, like growing up, like what age or what point in your life you realize that this was a reality that people were facing with the privilege?
There wasn't a specific point. It was a transition of over a period of time.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'll say that I've said this not on the podcast, but long ago, I've made these bold claims. Sorry, not claims, but these statements on like Facebook. Excuse me, on like Facebook, like just my personal social media accounts, where I tell people I was you. I was you. I thought that and I'm gonna say this, and I need people to hear me out fully before they just close out and unfollow and unsubscribe. When Trayvon Martin was killed, I was an 18-year-old kid. Maybe 19, some shit like that. My first comment was, well, why was he walking down the street at night with a hoodie on? That is an example. Because why is that the first comment? Versus what the comment should have been was, why did a child, a teenager who was just walking home from the convenience store with a bag of Skittles and a drink get killed by the police for walking home? I'm sorry, he was not killed by the police. Was he not killed by like a neighborhood watch?
Yeah,
George
George
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Yeah.
He was like neighborhood watch, and he's like on the phone with the police, like, I'm telling him to stop. He's not stopping. He had headphones in, I think. And guess what? Even if he didn't, you ain't gotta stop. You have no reason to stop me. And that's what I'm getting at. Is like, I was these people. My first thought was, well, why was he walking at night with a hoodie on? That's kind of crazy. When in fact, it's not crazy. Because why can't you walk down the street with a hoodie on if you want to? Day or night? Why does that matter? And so I would say that when I met my ex, who is a black guy, when I met my ex, and I said that in front of him, that did not go well, first of all, which it shouldn't have, right? There's no reason for that to go well. I would say what really got me from that mindset into my mindset today is being immersed in Black culture and being immersed around people of color in general. And I would say that I just sat and listened, and I started researching, and I started looking up movies and listening when people would rant on the internet. I just started watching. And then just keep in mind, like, you're essentially brainwashed by society, right? And so 18 years of that is not going to come undone overnight. It's just not. And so it was a slow process over the year. Well, maybe not over the years. I mean, it didn't take 10 years for me to get here mentally. But it was just a process of, watching people's real accounts, keeping abreast with this is going on in the news. Hey, then Mike Brown was killed. The kid that he was running away from them, they shot him in the back. And then it's
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland, and all these are Eric Gardner in Baton Rouge. And I mean, God, the list goes on. It's too many people. And that's the sad part, is it's too many fucking people to name at this point. It's too many people to even remember. And my God, that is such an embarrassing thing to even say out loud. But it's like,
yeah, it's real.
Like, yes,
it's real. It's real. I feel like it's scary.
Yeah, and I feel like as I came into adulthood, I became a questioning person. I was always a questioner, right? But it went from questioning my parents to questioning society. Why? Oh, when don't careful when you walk by that neighborhood. Why? Because they're Black. Or when you see someone walking and a Black person comes by and they grab their purse tightly. Why? Did you just assume that? Because, and like really asking them, well, why? Because if a white person would have walked up, you wouldn't have. You know what I mean? And so as I see these things, as I, hear people talk, I just started questioning why. Now, did it all make sense overnight? No. I'm not expecting you to leave here today if you think we're crazy and leave here today and just believe everything I'm telling you. This is a starting point. This is a conversation starter. It is a starting point. And so that's what I would just say. To wrap it up as best I can, I would say that it happened over a period of time. But y'all might hear Kayla snoring in the background, girl.
Kayla, my
Right.
niece.
My Shayla. I would say, like I said, it just happened over a period of time. But I also wasn't naive and I wasn't blind. So when I saw things, it was like, no, there's no getting around what just happened, and there's no excusing it. There's no excusing it. And I started, there was a quote that I came up with on my own, I think. And I said, here's a great way to know if like something that happened to someone was because of the color. If you were to replace the person in the situation with a white bitch, would there have been a different outcome? And so many times the answer is yes. And it's hard for people to accept that. Well, I don't think that's true. It is. Why don't we see these things happening to white people? And I don't want to hear about crime. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that. I don't. True. Because police, whether crime, police get called out to white people's houses all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Part of the problem is that police roll up there immediately scared of black people because they think, because of all the things we're talking, they just think black people are mean and rude and they're going to get jumped. Whatever the fucking case people think is going to happen when they see a black person. You know, and so it's like it was just a very long period of time of me just questioning and not accepting bullshit as a fucking answer. Listening to people's experiences and then, you know, really taking in like the things I was saying. For example, when I was asking you, BB, do you have to worry when you walk into a restaurant if the door is wide enough for your wheelchair? You said no. Well, I started asking myself those questions. Destin, when you walk into a store, do you have to worry about being followed by the police? Destin, when you get pulled over for a ticket, because I've gotten a call, have you ever been in fear for your life? For a simple traffic violation? No. When I walk into a room, do I think people look at me and think I'm a thug, a gangster, a no good, I don't have a job, I'm using the system? Maybe I know people who make way more money than me, way more successful, walk into a room, and just because, you guessed it. And so I started asking myself those questions, and I'm like, and then eventually you have no other choice but to come to the conclusion that the fucking shit's real. No other choice. No other choice. And I think one of the biggest things you see when people start rebutting against all this is they say, well, what about, you know, DEI? Like, they're just here being racist against white people. First of all, it's another episode for another day, but you cannot be racist if you are black, okay? You can't do it. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. But what I will say is to those people, right? Well, they're doing this for black people. What about us? What about us? Now they want reparations. What about us? Where's our reparation? Listen.
Y'all had it all along. Y'all had it all along.
Like, come on.
Can we talk about it? Like, y'all had it all along. Like, since the beginning of time with colonization, when you kicked every minority person out and took and stole and raped took advantage of the people.
Come on.
That's your reparations.
And, you know, people will just say, you know, well, what about? And you know what I say to that? There's another quote that I heard that I love. I heard this probably about a year ago now. And the quote said, when you're used to living a life full of privileges, equity, and equality, oftentimes feel like oppression. I'll say it one more time. When you're used to living a life full of privileges, equity and equality will oftentimes feel like oppression to you. For those who don't know, well, he's saying equity and equality. Equality means everyone's the same. Everyone has the same opportunities. Equity says everyone has different starting points, so we're going to fix that. If you don't have the same starting point, you don't have the same opportunities. And so equity remedies that. And equity can often look like, well, these people have been disenfranchised in this way. They don't have the same starting place as these people over here. So equality would say, we're going to give everyone an equal cut. That's equality. That's not really going to fix things, because, and let's just, if we're talking about money, to keep it simple and understandable, if the government's giving out checks to everyone, why do super wealthy people get the same amount as poor people? The wealthy people don't need it as much. Okay. So equality says, I'm sorry, not equality. Equity says everyone doesn't have the same starting point. So we're gonna level the playing field. That's what equity does. And so when you do that, you have some people up here and some people down here. And when equity does this, because everyone says, oh, we're all equal. Well, to be equal, not only do they have to come up, but you got to come down, baby. And when that happens, if you're used to living that life of privilege up here, when that equity happens, and maybe people who are down here are the ones getting the resource, it feels like you're being oppressed. Baby, you're not being oppressed. We're ensuring an equal playing field. That is why rich people should be taxed way more heavily than poor people. That's just one example, right, of equity. We're going to tax the and we're going to, well, it's not fair. They worked hard for their money, and they did. But I'm sorry, if you have billions and billions of dollars, there's no reason for you to be taxed at the same rate as someone who's making $7 an hour. Okay? We're going to fix that playing field issue there. And so if you're used to a life of privilege, equity and equality will oftentimes feel like oppression to you. And I think that's why you have so many people saying, that's not true. That's not what this is. I don't have privileges. I work. No one is saying that you did not work for what you have. Not a single person. We're not saying you didn't struggle. We're saying that you're not facing the same issues that these people are facing.
Exactly. But the orange dollar store brand cheese puff, or no, I love cheese puff, Cheeto, ain't worrying about that. He worrying about the transgender community.
Girl,
he need to worry about lowering the taxes, taxing the richer people more, and having more equal playing field, and stop like taking the hard-earned money of many of Americans.
Yeah, but that won't happen because he doesn't acknowledge that privilege exists.
Right.
It's not going to happen. He's one of the people that perpetuate that system. He's up here, mind you, he's up here looking down on the little people below. And he's like, oh, we have the same opportunities. No, we don't, baby.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll back the clip? I started with a small loan of $1 million from my father. A small loan of $1 million? And then back then, do you know what that would be today? A small... Be so fucking for real. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out my face.
Exactly. And that's one of the negative effects of like privileges. It's like blind spots in leadership. Yeah. So it's like privileged groups dominating positions of power and making policies and decisions based on the marginalized majority instead of looking at the whole picture. So that's definitely one of the most negative like effects of privilege.
Yeah, and it's just like,
girl, they reach Charles.
It's hard for them to see it because when you have the privilege, it's invisible to you. You're not, it's you got to stand back. You got to get out of your little comfort zone. You got to stand back and see the whole picture. So, but y'all have heard us say it's not your fault. You've heard us say it's not your fault that you're privileged, right? Well, if it's not your fault, then why are we upset? Because the point is you need to acknowledge that you have the privilege. Let me break it down. Let's just look at Blue Ivy. Do you think it's fair for Blue Ivy? And this is before, now I know Blue Ivy's working. Don't say, well, Blue Ivy's dancing and she's acting. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. It's not what I'm talking about. Let's talk about 10-year-old Blue Ivy. Okay. Before all that, when 10-year-old Blue Ivy, if imagine she would come and see your whoever's listening, imagine she'd come and see your 10-year-old child and they were friends. Do you think it would be fair for Blue Ivy to say, I don't got no privileges? Baby, your parents are billionaires. Do you think Blue Ivy should just walk in with a designer purse, designer clothes, designer everything, looking good head to toe, never worry about nothing, and be like, y'all use paper plates? Baby, you need to realize that you are privileged. That's what you would probably tell someone like her in that situation. It's not your fault. It's not her fault that she was born into a very wealthy family. But it is her job, it is her responsibility to acknowledge, I have this privilege. Everyone else doesn't have the same thing as me. And it's nothing I did. It's just what I have, what I was given, what I came into. And so once we acknowledge, so let's say you're here and now you're like, okay, you're starting to make some sense. These two little punks and sissies on the internet, they starting to make a little sense now. Or maybe you go back and you listen 2 weeks from now and you start realizing, you know what, I was disagreeing. But the more I think about it, hell, they might be correct. What now? What now? And to that, I would say, now it's time to use your privilege to benefit the people who are not privileged. That is your job. That is your job. So, number one, it's not your fault you're privileged. And number two, once you acknowledge that you have that privilege, what is your job is to use your privileges to the benefit of those who are not privileged. You're going to have to educate yourself. And by educating yourself, I don't mean go around begging everybody who's in the oppressed group to give you the answers. Okay, baby, the internet is free. Books are not necessarily free, but you can find them. Okay, I'm not saying it is important to get people's experiences, but I'm not saying, baby, you got to put in some work yourself. Okay, it's time to speak up when you see injustices. When you see, open that look, open that mouth. What that mouth do? Open it. Open your mouth.
When the mouth should be advocating for the people that don't benefit from the privilege. Instead of talking crap, talking shit, talking crap about other people and bringing people down, y'all need to be advocating.
Yep. Whenever you hear someone got killed by the police, and it was, let's just, a black person, and you hear white people say, oh, well, look at him, of course. Oh, that's your turn to speak up. Speak up. Use your... Why? What do you mean by that? Oh, well, you know what I mean. No. I don't. I need you to explain it to me. I need you to explain it to me. Because, baby, that don't make sense to me.
Jane Doe, what you mean? Girl, what you mean? Explain.
What do you mean for
elaborate.
Real?
Explain.
Correct. It is your time to speak up. It is your time. If you're at work, it is your time to go and say, you know what? There are injustices here. And I'm looking at this black person over here who is very qualified and has been looked over. And I think it's time we recommend them for a promotion to whoever's deciding that. I think it's time that we start recommending people of color in leadership roles. This is not just when I hear some... Be proactive. When you see the injustices, you should be thinking, I'm not saying you're going to be able to fix everything. This is a system, okay? Privileges have nothing to do with an individual. It's a system, just like racism. It is a full system. Are you going to be able to change the system on your own? Absolutely not. But it's going to take a bunch of individual people getting together and saying, nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not right. Nope, that's not right. And then not just saying, nope, that's not right, but that's not right. And now we're going to remedy that by doing the correct thing. And whoever don't like it can get the fuck.
Exactly. Disrespectfully.
You can vote. You can vote for the people who are, and this is not just presidential guys, that your legislative people are important to vote for. Your representatives, your senators, your local government. Your local government has so much more power than you believe and effect on the people who live in these towns, especially if it's like a smaller area. You can vote and use your voice in that way. You can use your privilege as a shield for people. And now what I mean by that is, let's say I'm walking by and or let me backtrack. Let's say that me and BB are together. Okay. And the police pull us over. It is my job to use my privilege to try and keep that as de-escalated as possible. Even if it starts getting heated, it is my job to use my privilege as a shield for those who are not privileged. It's not your fault. Privileges are not inherently bad. It's when we don't acknowledge them. It's when we don't use them for good. Again, y'all think this is just an attack on white people. We just went through about 16 privileges that BB has. BB has food security privilege, but guess what? If he sees a motherfucker starving, if somebody's sitting down next to him who can't eat, you think he's not gonna split that peanut butter sandwich in half? Shit, he might give him the bigger half.
To be honest,
huh? We could drink some water and fill up. We'll fill up on water. Look, it tastes like water, in the words of Miss Roxy.
It tastes like water.
Tastes like water. There ain't no liquor in here, baby. So like I said, you cannot fight a system that you refuse to even see and acknowledge. And it takes people who are privileged standing up. It takes people who are privileged standing up for the people who are not privileged for the system to change. Otherwise, it will not change. And it never will in that situation. The system of inequality will just be perpetuated over and over and over and over. The false narratives will continue to be spewed. Oh, we all have the same opportunities. No, we don't. No, we don't. You think Blue Ivy's child and your child have the same opportunities in life? Nope. Do you think Trump, when he was a young 20 whatever year old coming into the real estate game, do you think he had the same opportunities in life as you do? Fuck no. Why? So why can we acknowledge that with everything else? There are people out here who can't pay their bills. There are people out here who don't know where their next meal's coming from. There are people out here who do not have a roof over their head. Baby, you do not have the same starting place as them. If you're listening on like Spotify, for example, and you're paying for it, there are people who can't even afford that small monthly charge for Spotify. Baby, you're not in the same starting place as them. It is not your fault. There's nothing wrong with it. And I don't care. He just keeps saying the same thing. Listen each time, bitch, and let it marinate in their motherfucking ears and into your brain, ho.
I'm weak.
But no, seriously, it's like, just use it for good. Like, and I think that's the thing too. Like when I walk into a space, and this is not tooting my horn, nothing like that. But when I walk into a space, I feel like I am so respected by people of color, because immediately I'm rocking with you. Immediately when I walk in this room, I know that you and me do not have the same starting place in many areas. I will call it out every time I see it. I will. Baby, if we were somewhere and I saw that happening, any of the bullshit things we've been talking about, baby, you ain't gonna have to say nothing. I'm gonna say it. I got the privilege. I can look at a cop and start being smart with him and saying some shit out the side of my neck. Baby, black people can't do that. Not without potentially being killed or escalating to something way worse than it even was. Now the cop may come at me and say something stupid. That's fine. It is our job. We cannot, we've said this so many times already. We cannot expect the people who are oppressed to be the ones defending themselves and changing the system. There's a reason they're fucking oppressed, because the system is bigger than them. I think, you know what? That was a word that just came to me. And that's a word. There is a reason the oppressed people are oppressed. The system is bigger than them. Therefore, you need some ops. We need rats. We need moles inside the system to stand up and say, not on my watch. Not in front of me. Not with me. What? Not with me being silent.
Period.
Stand up today. Acknowledge it. Educate yourself. Speak up. Act. Vote. And use that fucking privilege as a shield. And I'm gonna say it one more motherfucking time for a bitch who got sick and tired of me saying it. I'm gonna say it just because they sick and tired of me saying it. Having the privilege is not your fault. There is nothing inherently wrong with it. It is your job to use it to benefit people who do not have those privileges. And with that, Senator, I yield. BB, any closing thoughts, ideas, comments? Where are you at right now? What are you thinking? What do you want the people to know before we move away from this?
I just want the people to know that different type of privileges exist, like we mentioned. And if you don't take anything away from this, use your voice. If you have the privilege and others around you don't, speak up. Speak up, because the more that people speak up, the less the privilege will exist in a certain way, or be allowed to thrive and take over society. So with that, I rest my case.
With that, I rest my case, Your Honor.
I rest my case.
Your Honor. BB, girl, you know what time it is. We have come to BB's favorite segment of the show, everybody. And that segment is called Disrespectfully, Bitch. During this segment, y'all, see, we heated. We get heated every time we go through the Let's Talk About It section. Now it's time to read a motherfucker. Now it's time to go through and figure out who the fuck done pissed me off this week. Who the fuck done pissed in my motherfucking cereal. Who the fuck done switched out the sugar container and put salt in that bitch. And then I just put the salt in my coffee thinking it was sugar and took a sip and said, "Blech." I want to know who, what, when, where, why, how, or what the fuck, BB, has pissed you off. And after you tell us about it, I want you to read that bitch as disrespectfully as possible.
So oh shit.
Oh my no. Oh no. He's so mad he throwing shit, y'all.
So I need so this happened in Washington State. I need these 15 nurse bitches that got fired to come to the front of the girls' room. This happened about like maybe a week or two ago in Washington State. They had 15 nurses that got fired from a hospital after a 12-year-old girl died by suicide under their supervision. 15. So 15 nurses had been fired at a Washington State Children's Hospital after a 12-year-old girl died by suicide at the facility where she was advised to have 24-hour supervision. So apparently she left. She was allowed to leave the room unsupervised, and she died from jumping off a parking garage. So the family is now suing But she had a history of like multiple attempts of like ending her own life. And she was assigned um she was assigned like she desperately needs 24-hour supervision. So basically the family is suing the hospital, and she was allowed to reach the fourth floor of the parking structure where she jumped off and suffered catastrophic injuries. Um, so how the hell was she allowed to leave the room? 15 nurses, 24 hours. I did the math, 1.6 hours. So you mean to tell me you couldn't dedicate almost 2 hours of your shift among all 15 of y'all to make sure that this girl was supervised? That pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie,
That's
that pissed me the fuck off,
crazy.
because y'all have one job: to protect the patients, especially this girl, like this 12-year-old girl that has so much of her life to live. Y'all didn't protect her. So I would sue the piss out of them too. But
Damn.
that I did the math, 1.6 hours. That's almost 2 hours. So y'all couldn't do around the clock protection for
Like
this
Kiki
girl.
Palmer said, y'all couldn't take turns.
So that pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, that pissed me off. And 15, they shouldn't get their job back. Fuck that. Like, and I mean that disrespectfully, bitch. Like, so to y'all 15
Oh, buckle up.
thin hair, wet smelling dog, noodle neck, shaped like SpongeBob house as holes. I hope that every man that y'all come in contact with, dick fall off. And I hope that y'all just be constantly reminded of this precious little girl's life that was taken because y'all wasn't supervising her. So fuck y'all. Disrespectfully, bitch.
Disrespectfully, bitch. And you know, it's like, not only does it just make my heart break for the girl, but my God, her parents, her family, like, there was already multiple attempts.
Yes.
Was she
And
there
happened.
because of the attempts?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
And she happens to be a person of color.
really? Were these all 15 white nurses?
I'm not sure.
Well, maybe not all of them would be white. I was just curious to know about that. Because, you know, look, shit like that happens. I don't care what nobody say. If it were 15 white nurses and a suicidal black girl, shit like that would not shock me in this country. That is just crazy. Just her parents, like, because she brought them in, or I'm sorry, they brought her in, and it was very clear. She's had multiple attempts. The hospital said she was going to be on 24-hour watch, and she wasn't. So at that point, what do you tell the parent? Hey, sorry, someone didn't watch her the 24 hours like we said, and now she's dead. My God, my
crazy.
God. That is insane. I just... Well, damn, I'm scared to follow up on that. That one was heavy, B. But it's real.
It's real.
There are multiple people. There's a whole family out there grieving, and their life will never be the same because someone didn't take that seriously. So many people think that's a joke. Yeah. Suicide, and girl, she ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna run out that room. There's a reason she was on watch. There is a reason. God, that breaks my heart. I mean, that really does. B, well, you know what? This one isn't as heavy, so to speak, but it's fucked up, bitch. Girl, My disrespectfully, bitch, this week is going straight to none other than my high school alma mater. Central Lafourche High School. If you listening, I promise I will say the full government name of the school. Central Lafourche High School, located in Matthews, Louisiana, not far from Raceland, not far from Lockport, not far from Gaines. Gaines. Not far from there, girl. Destin, you didn't grow up in Math. I did not. I lived in Houma. Well, I guess when I was going there, I didn't live in Houma. I lived in the Bayou Blue area. I lived in Bayou Blue / Gray. You know, Bayou Blue's not even a real town. It's just a road. We were like, girl, I live in Bayou Blue. I live in Bayou Blue. Bayou Blue's not a town. The fuck? Girl, I didn't know that for the longest time. I looked at the mail. I said, hold up. The address is Gray? I thought we lived in Bayou Blue. My mama said, Bayou Blue's not a town. It's just a road. I said, well, why everybody say Bayou Blue? Girl, I don't know. That's just what we called it. I live in Bayou Blue. And I know a bitch right now living in Bayou Blue about to say, huh? No, yeah, this Bayou Blue, baby. Baby, I'm from Bayou Blue. But none other than my high school alma mater, Central Lafourche High School. Y'all dirty. Not only the first, but two. You know what? Let me not say that because I don't know for sure. I almost said 2 years in a row. I didn't look that up. I've heard that, but I didn't see it myself. And so I don't want to say it and then look like Boo Boo the Fool on Beyonce's internet. They'll be clipping me, putting my face out, putting a big X on my face that says, cancel this big white fucking sissy punk ass bitch. I'm not going to do that, okay? And I'm not going to do that to you, BB, either. So what I will say, though, is I know for a fact this year, 2025, the high school's homecoming court, all white girls. All white girls. Now, I want you to realize the school has a very large presence of black students. There are a lot of predominantly black towns in the area that go to the school. I went there. I know. This school is not like 95% white. It is nothing close to that. There is a large population of black students at the school. Destin, is it 50-50? I don't know, bitch. Okay, I don't know, bitch. I don't. But I'm telling you, I went there and I know what I know. Well, those girls deserved it. I'm not saying that the girls up there didn't do things to deserve being on homecoming court. But what I am saying is, you telling me out of that whole motherfucking school, you didn't have no black girls that qualified? And I'm saying black, right? There's other races as well. But the two predominant races there are white people and black people. So you're telling me in that whole motherfucking school, they didn't have no black girls that qualified to be on homecoming court? So then I start seeing the things that say, what are, because, you know, and it's bringing back memories, right? And they say, well, the students vote in the homecoming court. And I said, damn, I remember that now. I remember when I was in school and they would pass out the paper, we would have to vote. It's probably electronic now. I'm showing my fucking age. But I remember that. I remember having to vote for a homecoming court. Mind you, I had no friends. I didn't know none of them bitches anyway.
Just pick a name.
Girl, for the most part, I was like, this one sound good, this one sound good. I don't fucking know. And then I'm like, okay, well, regardless, that is still rooted in some fuck uppery. Because that means nobody in that school voted, not one black girl in. And then I found out someone said, yes, the students vote in the homecoming court. But the teachers are the ones who nominate who gets put on the list. I said, whoa, I didn't know that. That's some fuck uppery too. Okay? QUE question mark? What do you mean the teachers nominate them? I need to see the ballot. I need someone from, if you listening to this and you're anywhere in the area, Houma, Raceland, Thibodeau, Lockport, all those places don't go to that school, but I know you know people who go there. I want a copy of the ballot. Central Lafourche, principals, assistant principals. I'll look at the camera. Anybody. Superintendent.
Send it to
Anybody,
disrespectfully the girls at
please.
gmail.com.
Yes. If you would
We
like to
need a
send
copy.
if you would like to send a copy of the ballot over to disrespectfullythegirls@gmail.com. Girls is spelled GWORLZ. You will see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen as we speak. We would like to verify that there was a substantial equitable amount of black girls and white girls on that ballot. That's step number 1. Because if that was some fuck uppery, that's the main source. And then if they give us a ballot and says we did our job and that school voted in only white girls, I'm coming to slap the piss out of every single one of them. Now, I would have put the picture. Let me calm down. I would have put the picture of the girls up here. Now, I'm not mad at the girls that got voted in. Okay. I'm not mad at the girls that got voted in. I am pissed off that somehow not one black girl ended up on that fucking court. Not one. Then I saw stories that said, well, when the black girls even did get in the past, you'd have 1 or 2 black girls on the court, and all the other homecoming girls would be like, oh, we're having a homecoming court brunch and this, that, and the other. And then the black girl didn't even know the brunch was happening. Okay. QUE question mark. Oh, and the black girl, didn't get updates about events, and the black girl did. Okay. Now, B, you're from the same area-ish. If you walk around, them white people love to say, nah, we different here. We different here.
Mm-hmm.
We love everybody here. We different.
I went to HL Bourgeois High School, located in Gray, Louisiana.
Boo. He from ATP.
I bet we didn't do no fucked up shit like that.
I'm just playing, y'all. He not from ATP. No, it's like, but they love in that area saying and don't get me wrong. Do I feel like white people in general are different in the Bayou region? I do, right? But y'all ain't different enough, obviously. Because trust me, it ain't never different enough. It ain't never different enough. I promise you that.
I need you.
Just because you listen to Boosie, don't mean you different than the other white bitches, okay?
I need you to read them bitches. Let me
tell y'all. This message is going to whoever the fuck is responsible for ensuring that no black girls got on that court. Whoever the fuck, bitch. Oh man, babe, you worried about me, but you need to be worried about whoever's gonna come up and steal your your fucking P-Rock from out the backyard on the bayou side. Because if they steal your P-Rock, how you gonna get to school, bitch? Why are you laughing, baby? If they come up and they steal your P-Rock, how you gonna get to fucking school, bitch? You worried about the black girl serving on the homecoming court, but you smell like bad gas from the sugar mill factory going all over Raceland. Your hair and your clothes smell like bad gas that's coming from the towers of the sugar mill, burning up the sugar. Y'all got sewage running through your ditches in many areas, and you standing out in front of these nice houses for the bus, and you smell fucking shit wafting up through the air. BB, you know what I'm talking about. It's a real thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a real thing.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Y'all bitches need to realize that just because you over here listening to Boosie and Kevin Gates and NBA Youngboy don't make you no different than any of these other white bitches in America holding down people who don't look like them. And if I find out whoever is actually responsible, I'm coming slap the piss out of every single one of y'all. And I meant that disrespectfully, bitch.
I know that's right.
Now go check on your P-Rog in the back, because I might be the one stealing it, ho. And the listeners might say, well, what's a P-Rog? Don't worry about it. Go look it up. They know what I'm saying.
It's a boat hole.
Let me draw the boat.
It's a canoe hole.
Girl, I mean, I'm just over it. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. Y'all worried about the black girls on the homecoming court, but y'all over here, you so worried about them, you forgot your root was cooking on the stove for the gumbo. You done burned your fucking root. Now the house smell like fucking shit, girl. Y'all so worried about putting the black girls over there. Y'all don't even know how to cook a roux. I know. I see y'all using the jar roux when you make your gumbos and stews. Oh, I use Savoy's jar roux. Fucking funky bitch. And you thought you was different than the rest of the white bitches? Oh, you thought you was different than the rest of the white bitches.
I'm weak.
And you using Savoy's roux? You think pepper? You think salt and pepper spicy? Sit the fuck down. You think just because you go to Mardi Gras and you start jigging and twerking and doing the dances that black people created, that you're one of them, and you love walking around? I got my black friends. But you don't vote them in. That's what the fuck we're talking about. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. It's all about an image for you. Look, I got my black friends. I'm dressing in the way that they dress. I listen to the same music. I'm so cool. They think I'm cool. Y'all didn't vote in not one. Fuck you. I'm gonna line them bitches up, and I'm gonna go down. Plap, 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 plap. I'm slapping bitches. I'm over it. I'm so over it because and then there are people out there who are going, well, those girls deserve. I'm not saying the girls up there were not
worthy,
qualified or worthy.
Yeah.
That is not what I'm saying. Anyone on the ballot was worthy. That means that you qualified and you were nominated. It's the same bitches like that who, well, I don't know why they're upset that like, for example, when you see black artists saying, I don't want to misspeak, but the award shows, right? Like, oh, the Oscars aren't giving awards to the black people. These ones ain't giving awards to these people. It's just all the white bitches. It's the same people who say it's not true. It's not a problem. They should have did better. They should have earned it. Those girls earned it. Bitch is arbitrary. You were voted in by friends. It's literally a popularity competition. Sit the fuck down. Be a little humble. And if you a bitch out there right now, whether male or female, and you on a homecoming court and you like, yeah, I did that shit. Bitch, it's a popularity competition. They send out a paper around the school and say, here's the list of people that are nominated. Go ahead and vote for who you want. They voting for their friends. They voting for who's popular. Girl, they had a bitch. Let me not drop her name. They had a bitch when I was there. People was gagged. Oh, she thought she was popular, girl. She went and bought her homecoming dress before the vote took place. She did not get voted in. She bought the homecoming court outfit. And you see them in their little fancy hats and it's expensive outfits. She went by it before the vote took place. She was not voted in. I would have had to get me a refund real fucking quick. And I hope and pray when she went back. They said no refunds.
That's probably what happened.
And you know what's funny? That same girl, when I was in 4th grade, bullied the fuck out of me. Fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
That's why you didn't go get voted in, stupid hoe.
What they say on that TikTok with that, I don't care that you hurt your elbow. Don't make me say it. No, I'll say it. I don't care that you hurt your elbow. Fuck you, bitch. And I mean that disrespectfully. Oh, I do. Absolutely. B. We have come to the end of yet another episode. Oh my God.
And they didn't kick us off the internet yet.
Girl, they have not. Y'all.
We still in it.
No, literally. Thank you so much. Push through, ho. Push through, ho. Beep, beep. No blinker, no nothing. Bitch, you better get out the way. We're coming through. You better move. If you're in the way, you're gonna get ran over.
We hanging out the window.
Is and we're not buckled up. We don't got time for that. We're going too fast. The speed will keep us locked in our seat. The inertia, is that the right word? I don't know, but that's what we're gonna say today.
The momentum.
Newton's 17th law of motion. So seriously though, if you guys are still here, if you're still listening, if you stuck it out this whole time, listening to these two punks and sissies go off on random bitches, talk about our fucking imaginary husbands, and fucking talk about
Imaginary husband.
musicals that we're fuck. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, did I say that out loud?
Okay.
That's not what I meant. What I meant was completely real and not imaginary husband. What I meant was completely real and not imaginary husbands. Can I redeem myself, please? Please show me to me, Rachel, please.
Let me find out. Let me find out you was one of the people that voted them girls into the homecoming. Maybe let me find out you had something to do with that.
Let me find that you still rocking flip phone. Let me find out that thing ain't even much on. Let me find out you got the internet deal. Let me find out them Gucci pants not real. Let me find out.
Let me find out.
Let me find out. Let me find out. What do you say? Let me find out. No.
Let me find
Girl, you
out.
know I
All
love you
them
and
turn
I'm
in
there for you. Yeah.
I got some new shoes and a bag of hair for
Yeah.
you.
He said, girl, you know I love you and I'm there for you. I got some new shoes and a bag of hair for you. Girl, you know I even watch your kids for you. Something. Sweet. Don't think you all that. I could hit it from the back for some wing shack.
Just girl,
would you hit it from the back for some wing shack? You the one doing the hitting. Would you stand up in it and hit it from the back if they said I'll get you some wing shack after?
I would. Wing shack.
I would too, but you know what? I have one stipulation. I need the wing shack before. I'm not gonna eat it before, right? We're gonna eat it after, but I need to see it in my presence.
Right.
I need a full spread, a good 40 piece, about 16 sides,
wing
multiple extra
good,
large cups of ranch.
Yes.
Don't play with it. But no, seriously, if y'all have stuck around with us, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Like BB said earlier, y'all, you can find us on everything, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. That's pretty much all the places we are. Go like, go follow, go share, go subscribe, give a 5-star, do a repost, do everything. Please, we cannot do this without you.
Y'all.
We need your help. If we're going to grow this audience, we cannot do it ourselves. It requires the teamwork from who? The girlies.
Exactly. So tell your friends, tell your best friends, tell your sneaky links, tell your daddy, tell your granddaddy, tell your enemies,
bitch. I don't give a fuck
tell your
who
next
you tell.
door neighbor.
Yes,
tell the mailman, tell the firefighter.
Tell the racists, tell the homophobes, tell everybody. Whatever you do, just keep telling everyone you know about Disrespectfully the Girls. We love y'all so much. We thank you for hanging in there with us. And we cannot wait to see you in episode 6.
Yes.